If you fancy yourself a fresh new gaming smartphone but your budget is tighter than a starfish's chocolate starfish, well, perhaps consider the Infinix Hot 40 Pro Free Fire Edition. And this boasts a massive 120Hz Full HD display, bugger-loads of clever clogs gaming features, and a massive battery so you can keep on gaming all afternoon long. But is it truly a worthy gaming blower? Well, I'm going to whip the Infinix Hot 40 Pro Free Fire Edition on out that box, take you on a full-on tour and really test out those gaming chops with a good bit of Free Fire. Naturally, can't bloody wait. And for more on the latest and greatest tech, please do plug subscribe and ding that notifications bell. Cheers! And first of all, I've got to absolutely adore this batshit bonkers box. I recognise this girl in the yellow 90s shell suit from my previous Free Fire extravaganzas. Booyah now, apparently. No idea what that means, but it's written all over the bloody box. So first up, we've got ourselves a Mr. Wagger SIM card tray eject pin. Alright, so apparently that penguin is called Mr. Wagger. Can't say that too fast, otherwise this video will be instantly demonetised. And what else have we got in this almighty box? Well, naturally, we've got the Infinix Hot 40 Pro. And inside of that box we got the actual phone, thank Christ, a 33-watt power adapter, bit of USB cable, yet another SIM tray ejector pin, this one not featuring any waggers, and even a nifty condom case, again with the whole Booyah Now thing. And then also inside of the original box we've got a phone cooling fan, similar to the old ice coolers you get on the ROG phones, again with the Booyah Now. Someone's going to have to explain that to me in the comments. And we've also got ourselves a phone lanyard. Whoa! There you go, that'll make you the talk of the town. And you've also got yourself various stickers, all of which naturally say Booyah Now. And you've also got yourself a scratch card where you can win yourself an official gift, possibly another lanyard, fingers crossed. And that finally is everything that's stuffed in there, so now we can actually check out the phone. Alright, so I've had a good few days to test out the gaming chops of the Infinix Hot 40 Pro and also reaffirm that, yeah, I do really suck at games. So here's what I reckon. Now first up, the design work is pretty standard basic budget stuff. This Infinix blower is a 6.78 incher, pretty standard these days. You got reasonably chunky bezels surrounding that screen, especially this bit of fat lip action down below, so that does add to the girth and the overall bulk. Stretching around the edge, you've got a plastic frame completely flat, as you can see there, and then a placky back as well. But you know, at least Infinix has made an effort to tart up that arse end, make it look a bit more interesting. You've got this jazzy etched design on that surface, like a school kid has got his compass and gone a bit mental on it. And I do like this horizon gold finish as well. It's bright and bold and rather welcoming. Certainly doesn't scream gaming phone, that's for sure. As for the software side of things, well, you've got that XOS launcher slapped on top of Android. Although, yeah, we are unfortunately talking old Android 13 still, despite the fact Android 14's been available for months. And we're still on the September security patch here as well, so I might give you an inkling that Infinix perhaps not the best around when it comes to updating that software. Maybe just don't expect regular OS updates and security patching is what I'm saying. But anyway, if you've used an Infinix smartphone before, you'll know what to expect. It's regular old vanilla XOS slapped here on the Hot 40 Pro. So your notifications bar is separate from your control center with all your toggles. And you've got lots of extra bonus features squirreled away here in the settings menu, including the likes of Xclone if you've got a dual identity thing on the go, and the game mode, which we will be touching on later. But what I'm surprised by here on the Infinix Hot 40 Pro Free Fire Edition is the fact that there's no obvious Free Fire additional content. So unlike some previous Free Fire editions, you don't get any Free Fire wallpapers, there's no Free Fire ringtones, any of that good stuff. And obviously you can just download that stuff from the internet. Is there anything it can't do? Seems kind of weird that it's just not pre-installed on here though. But in better news, my Hot 40 Pro came stacked with 256 gigs of storage space, pretty generous for a budget phone, so that'll keep you going for a while. And that's even expandable via micro SD memory cards. Now the screen here is a mere IPS display, unfortunately, there's no AMOLED tech. Again, that's not massively shocking considering this is a budget-friendly handset. As I said before, it's a 6.78 inch behemoth to get a nice clear view of the action, whatever you're up to, including having your kneecaps blasted off by some frickin' 13-year-old on their school holidays. That selfie cam orifice is a bit big, but it doesn't obstruct too much of your view, thankfully. And for an IPS panel, you can't complain too much about the visual quality. The contrast isn't fantastic, but colours are reasonably poppy, the viewing angles aren't terrible. And at peak brightness, you can just about get gaming outdoors, although you'll have to avoid any glare reflecting off that screen because then you'll struggle to see what's going on. And that refresh rate does scale up from 60Hz all the way up to 120Hz. Good news for your supported games. And for a budget blower, you've actually got a pretty respectable stereo speaker setup here on the Infinix Hot 40 Pro. So just bump up that volume, show you what we're working with. Chris from TechSpert, and this week I'm reviewing the fresh new Red Magic 9 Pro, the first gaming smartphone with Qualcomm's pocket-thumblingly powerful Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chipset. So as you can see, max out that volume and you still get some reasonable clarity, and also it's loud enough to kick through any kind of background bollocks that's going on. So you'll certainly be able to hear any sneaky gits who are creeping up on you on the likes of Free Fire. And if you'd rather have a bit more privacy, well, good news, you've got a headphone jack so you can plug right in. And speaking of Free Fire, yes, of course, I did a good bit of gaming on Free Fire, as this is the Free Fire edition, to really test out that Helio G99 chipset and see what it was capable of. Now, Mediatek's Helio G99, not exactly the beefiest chipset out there. Did a bit of benchmarking for any benchmark fans. Ooh. So, certainly don't expect the Infinix Hot 40 Pro to blaze through the likes of Genshin Impact or any really demanding Android titles, but it can certainly handle the likes of Free Fire, PubG, Call of Duty Mobile. All those really fun games where you spend most of the time just running about wondering where everyone is until somebody snipes at you from about 12 miles away and blows your bloody skull off. At least if you're me. But anyway, my complete lack of skills and abilities aside, I did enjoy my time playing Free Fire here on the Infinix Hot 40 Pro. I was running the game on the highest detail settings allowable, and that frame rate stayed pleasingly stable throughout several games. Only noticed a couple of wee judders here and there, certainly nothing that impacted the game. And this consistent frame rate was possibly helped along by Infinix's built-in X-Boost engine, which can apparently aid the stability, although it's kind of impossible to judge how much of an impact it really has. The touch response rate was perfect, all my pokes, jabs and desperate panicked swipes were instantly recognised and registered. So yeah, it was really only my complete lack of gaming talent holding me back, although that said, I did actually win a couple of matches, so yeah. Booyah now, bitches. Either I'm finally getting better at this bloody game, or just everyone else in the world is getting worse. And yeah, I found that the Infinix Hot 40 Pro thankfully didn't live up to its name. It stayed perfectly cool even after a lengthy gaming session. So yeah, personally, I never found a need to slap on that bundled cooler because it just wasn't necessary. The only scenario I can imagine where you would need the cooler is if you're gaming and charging the phone at the same time, say. But then the cooler needs to be plugged in order to function, so you would need to carry like a separate battery pack or something to power the cooler while you're charging the phone. And it all just gets needlessly complicated, but oh look, it flashes pretty colours. And yes, courtesy of XOS, you do have a bunch of gaming tools slapped on here, which are quite useful. So for instance, you've got 3 power modes you can choose between depending on how intense your gaming session is. I just kept it on performance just to make sure I got the best possible frame rate. You've got the likes of the off-screen gaming tool, which is quite handy if you're playing some sort of resource farming game. All the obvious stuff like blocking notifications. And as for that battery life, well, the good news is the Infinix Hot 40 Pro has a 5000 mAh capacity battery stuffed inside. And Free Fire doesn't seem to drain it too quick at all. You can get hours and hours of gameplay from a single charge. And it's certainly helped along by the fact that that Helio G99 is a pretty efficient chipset. However, that 33 watt wired charging ain't exactly the nippiest around. You'll have to bung a cable in the Infinix Hot 40 Pro for well over an hour to get a full charge if it is drained. And naturally, there's no support for wireless charging as you'd expect from a budget blower. So let's finish up this lovely wee Infinix Hot 40 Pro video with a squint at that triple lens camera setup. And of course, nobody buys a gaming smartphone for the camera, and usually for very good reason, but you do have a 108 megapixel Samsung HM6 sensor slapped on this thing, which ain't terrible. This uses pixel binning to brighten up your everyday snaps, but you can also bump up to high resolution, use that full 108 megapixels. It can be handy if you want to take a shot and then crop into it later without losing too much detail. And of course, you've got loads of other camera modes you can piddle about with if you want to. All the regular stuff like the night mode, bit of portrait action, and of course a pro mode if you want to mess around with the likes of the ISO level, the white balance. You will notice, however, no ultra-wide angle option here on the Infinix Hot 40 Pro. Those 2 other lenses are basically a crappy macro shooter and a depth sensor. Now, and if you want to shoot video as well, there's no 4K option here on the Infinix Hot 40 Pro. It does max out at 2K resolution at 30 frames per second. And then finally up front you've got a 32 megapixel selfie camera. And good news if you like taking selfies at night, because this does actually have a built-in flash, which is really bright. So that right there in a tasty wee nutshell is the fresh new Infinix Hot 40 Pro Free Fire Edition. And certainly if you're a Free Fire fan, it can play that game on that highest detail setting, no worries whatsoever. Get all those lovely bundled extras, some of them a bit pointless like the cooler. And it's kind of a shame you don't have any Free Fire wallpapers or sound effects or anything bunged on here as well. But overall, for an affordable price, if you're after a cheapy gaming handset, it does the job. Anyway, that's what I reckon. It'd be great to hear your thoughts on the Infinix Hot 40 Pro, especially if you've been using this thing as your weapon of choice. Please do plug subscribe and ding that notifications bell for more on the latest and greatest tech. Lots more game and smartphones lingering on the horizon. And have yourselves a really wonderful rest of the week. Cheers!